Hi everyone, welcome to Wrongfully Wholeness. I hope you guys are blessed now. Yes, I am so blessed. When you look at my name, it started with S at the end of bless. There is a double S. We all are blessed enough for those who are tuning into Wrongfully Wholeness. And for those who just started to tune in, I want to know more about the I. Please go to my about, and there you find more about the I. Yes, the sun is shining brightly, right above my window pail, and it feels really good to bring forward this video. Yes, you know, this video is all about my 3-day fasting experience. For those who follow the I on Facebook know what time it is, and I'm hoping that you guys also went on this journey with I, because like I said, this is a community, circle that I want to bring forward for 2022. It's like we have to fight this spiritual war hand in hand together, Wrongfully Wholeness. Yes, we have to fight this together. So I'm hoping you guys, went forward, and if you don't, you can always go back and try it, because I'm going to share my experience, what happened to the I and those 3 days. Yes, without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Yes, you see, and that day, like I said, I drink coconut water and water. My first day was blissful, blissful, blissed. Yes, everything went smoothly down. Everything was very good until when it come to the ending of the day. I would say around 6 o'clock. The atmosphere, the air started to smell flowgy, let me say, flougy, and things was happening. Negative vibes started to come up, where things was happening, where things started to sweep out from under the carpet from years ago. My environment was just packed with negative vibes. Things that I needed was to look at, so I could clear up my mind, mentally, because so much thing was under the carpet, where it was in the I subconscious mind. Not only that I was thinking about these things, but the people around the I happened so that Jah Rastafari have them talk about it, where I have to look deep within me, thank Jah Rastafari that I love candle, and I burn my tree. I was burning 3 candle on that day, and I have to go within me spiritually and try to have that forgiveness and for that cleansing of the spirit, so I could vibrate, yes, for 2022. As so much things was under the carpet that no longer served the I, was there and needed was to get out of me. You understand? It's like, to tell you about these things, it would take the whole video non-stop. So anyway, I get rid of them, and I face them, and I let them go down the drain, and I sweep them out my house, and I bury them, and I bathe, and I cleanse, and all that, filth, that's happened around my fasting. And for body wise, it was just, a little weak. I felt a little weak on the second day, where, my body started to get used to probably, don't have no food within, and, starting to get a little weak. And I went through it by drinking more fluid. I was putting more fluid in my body so that I wouldn't, have that negative effect, because doing a fasting is about mind, body, and spirit have to be in harmony with one another. Yeah. So all three have to be in one. So it was just the body was just, a little off balance where, the stress come in and, was kicking off the body. So, I got it under control and everything was going great. Thank Jah Safari once again, where it happened that I have it around the Sabbath, where I keep that day really quiet and and rest, have that rest for my body wise, so it worked perfectly fine, for my body, and everything went fine. Then the second day, and I pulled through, and the third day it was just wow, was just another scene where I felt really, really good. My energy was really perfectly. I felt like I could have run the marathon. No kidding. I don't know. It was just a resurrection was happening on that day where I felt so energized. My body wise was feeling so good. It was just that the environment once again was just a little polluted and a little negative, where it was getting me my spirit stand up, but my body wise I was perfectly fine. So like I said, fasting is about mental clarity, spiritual clarity, and physical clarity, where we can see how to get rid of things, and we can try to bring in new things like food wise, thought wise, even we have to, even spirituality wise too. A lot of us, we have to kind of look at our religion. I know that as a culture, we black people, we love religion, okay? And when I look at some part and some things of Christianity, I felt like really that's why we in the position that we in, because some of us don't even light candle. We got a problem lighting a candle. Okay, when I was growing up, I see my mother was lighting candle, and I think it was a spiritual transformation. It's like we got problem with candle, we got problem with even maybe a deck of cards. You understand? And we need to check ourselves and know ourselves and know what the Spirit is telling us, and not what Tanti down the road want for us, and not what scientists man want for us. We have to look within ourselves and know what God is telling us. Once again, the word God. When we look at the word God, is another scene. You understand? So I like to say the Most High, the higher power. You understand? That's how I see God. I don't really kind of, when I look at word God, I kind of look at it now as so small, right? And knowing God is much bigger than God, right? So we have to kind of look at our spirituality and see, if it's serving us, if it's not serving us. And in time like this, we got to know who we are, who we serve. You understand? Knowing that our angel, once again, is around us and is guiding us into all things that's good for us. And we have to listen keenly for those whispers, because it comes so small that if you're around a lot of chaos, a lot of noise, a lot of stress, you cannot hear that whisper because it's so silent. So we really have to kind of clear out our environment, get rid of some people, throw them down the river, throw them down the sea, bury them, and try to live this life, this 21st century, alright, that's upon us. This is a new okay, a new age. It's like we ain't seen nothing yet, okay? And we have to know how to fight this, okay, spiritually. And a fasting was a good gesture for I to implement a Rafuli Wholeness, where, you know, we could join together as a community, you know, with love, yes, and do this together so that we can see and we can make a difference, okay? Because our children can look back and say, Mommy, Daddy, what did you do? And I could say, well, I was just wearing and I was being, this is not the time for being, okay? This is the time for us to speak our truth. Yes, vibrate, speak our truth. Okay, this is the time for us to speak our truth. This is the time for us to, like someone said, oh, the eyes, for people look into our eyes and read the soul. Okay? You know, I'm thinking really and truly, is that really true? You know, and when we talk about how, you know, this year represents 6, you know, and, you know, when you look at the figure 2022, it's 6, and, you know, we were talking about 6 distance, 6 feet. I'm like, whoa, this is probably the year of big transformation that we never see in our lifetime, you know, and we need to be spiritually, physically, and mentally fit. Yes, and that's why I said fasting is good for us to do, for those who are looking into Rafuli Wholeness, so that we could chart this race with one another, hand in hand, like brother and sister. Yeah, because they tried to bury us, but they forgot we were seed. Yes. Like I said, I could go on and on with my fasting. It was really a blissful experience. And this is what really I'm trying to do from here on, is like every week I'm trying to do 1 day fasting, and you know, which is always gonna, you know, benefit me for the long run. And if also you wanna join in and do 1 day fasting, no problem. It's perfectly fine. Our body needs to be rest really, and you know, sustain from food, because you know, a lot of us, we just crave for the wrong thing, and sometimes we just need to shut down our body from eating, and try to just fast on that day. So my fasting experience was super good, and you know, this is actually was my second fasting. My first one wasn't, I didn't get all this benefit like this one. This one, like really and truly, I could advise anyone, if it's okay by the doctor, to go on a fasting experience, which, you know, some people do 7 days, some people do 21 days, you know, and you know, I know Dr. Sebi, he went so long in his fasting and he had tremendous benefit, you know. I think my next experience I want to experience is a 7-day fasting, but I want to do it in a better environment where, you know, I could chant much better. So I'm probably going to let you guys know if, you know, if that's going to soon come up, you know, and I could share it benefit with you guys. Like I said, the kitchen is a laboratory. Heal yourself. Watch the food you eat. Yes, whatever we put in our body is who we are. Yes, and I know there is so much to talk about, where how to break a fast and things like that, and you know, so much story I could talk about around for the wholeness. Just like it in tune with the eye, you're gonna hear more about fasting, more of so much things to come on this channel. Yep, yes, and oh yeah, watch the food you eat, because I'm hearing like soon gonna be making food in the fake laboratory. Okay, give you plastic corn and plastic bread and all sort of nonsense. So, this is the time for us to plant our own food and eat from the ground up. Pick our own orange. Yes, I go pick our own tomatoes, our own plum, things like that. It's so beautiful if you have that lifestyle going on for you. God bless you. Like I said, your kitchen is your laboratory. Heal yourself. Please like this video. Subscribe. Yes, so we could build this together and share. Jah Rasta. Alright. Woo!